Good morning, guys. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Wanted to come back to you guys and give you guys a continuance of yesterday's message. If you missed yesterday's message, to kind of briefly recap, I talked about how we should glean and cling to those who have wisdom and insight, how we should glean and cling to those who are in a better position than we are, how we should glean to those who are in a better financial position. How can you get to a better financial position if those who are around you finances are a mess? How can you be a better wife if all your immediate friends and family, all your immediate friends are women and men who are not married? What can they teach you? What can they teach you about marriage if they're not married themselves? Well, fast forwarding to today's message, God placed it on my spirit immediately yesterday to talk to you guys about not being jealous and not being envious of one another. Why is this important? Well, if you are jealous of someone or if you envy someone who is in a higher position than you, you will never approach them to gain information. You will never approach them to glean from them or to be taught from them because you are jealous of them. You are envious of them. But I rebuke that spirit in the name of Jesus. Secondly, the reason it's so important that you should not be jealous or envious of anyone is because you won't listen to anyone. Anyone who is in a higher position or in a better place than you are, you feel like you know it all, or you feel like the information they're trying to feed you is not valuable information. But truth be told, whatever they are trying to teach you or whatever they can teach you or whatever you can grasp for them, it is better because they are in a higher place and position than you. And lastly, if you are that person who has the information, if you are that person who has that wisdom, who has that insight, who has just a lot of experience about life, about business, or whatever it may be approachable. Be approachable. Too often God elevates people and puts them in higher places, in higher positions, and gives them so much information, gives them so much wisdom, gives them so much insight on life and things. And guess what? They know they are no longer approachable. When you come to them, they don't have time for you, or you have to pay to get to them. They don't have time for those who are not on their level. Don't be like that, because guess what? What God builds up, He can break down. What God elevates, He can tear down. So be humble. Be humble. Don't be jealous and don't be envious. Some of my greatest mentors in life are in places that are higher than me. I remember when I first got into the car business, I went to one of my manager's houses to play pool and just to visit him and catch up with him. He was no longer my manager at that time, but the moment that I walked into his house and saw how he lived, I didn't become jealous of how he lived. And even though I was in an apartment at the time, I didn't become jealous of his nice home and his 2-story home and the nice pictures on his wall and how he lived. You know what I did? I took it as motivation. I took it as motivation to get to that place. And guess what? I wasn't able to get it at that moment, but 6 months to a year later, I was in my nice house. I was in my nice place. I was able to obtain things that I had never attained before. So don't be jealous of anyone, but take the information that they are able to give you. Samuel was not jealous of Eli. He clung to him. Elijah was not jealous of Elisha. He clung to that man. And when God elevated him, he was so angry that God took him and took him to heaven. He clung to him. So cling to those who are in better places and positions than you, and don't be jealous of them. And secondly, if you are in that high place, continue to pour into others who are below you. What good is information if you can't give it to anyone else? If you can't share it with anyone else? I love you guys. Have a blessed and prosperous day, and continue to cling to those who can get you to the place that you desire to be. I love you guys and have a blessed day.